Look at her on the camera, Mom. Mom, look at her.
Look at her. Would you look at her?
You're so cute.
She is adorable. Just like here. You guys say, excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you, girlfriend. See, we know manners. We got the mansers.
Wow. No one's here yet. It's like when the party starts at 8 o'clock. Yep, 8 o'clock.
And the
I'm
party
done.
starts.
But you know, no one wants to be
The first to the party.
first one to the party, so it's okay. I know this is gonna be a big one, but
It's gonna be epic.
I'll let you all take your time getting to the.
That's right. Everybody gather up your popcorn and all your pieces and pots. Get your dinner and join us for din-dins. Tap the screen when you get in here so we know that you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are we all doing? Are we all having dinner? I know it's 8 o'clock.
I know, it's late.
Freaking all of a sudden time just gets away from
Woo!
you.
It just gets right away. Right away.
Did you do something worth a little bite of salmon? Yeah? Do you wanna
We are having salmon this evening.
You
Salmon.
wanna be the first one to sample my salmon?
Oh, okay.
Make sure it's not too hot for you, dear.
Nothing but the best for our girl. How's everybody doing tonight?
Back to the sonification.
We having some rice and corn and salmon this evening.
And some vanilla color.
Vanilla. Mm-hmm.
So what did we all do today? Hi, Christine.
Hello, Christine.
What did we all do today, everybody? Did anybody do anything good today? Did anybody do anything bad?
Yeah, we want to know if anybody did anything bad today, actually.
Yeah, did you guys do anything bad today?
Yeah. So, tonight we're all about support, guys. So, Christine, anybody that comes in, if they make a comment and they're not tapping and showing support, you can mute them.
If you don't mind. So, I did, but I can't say it. And I will never, and I never will.
Won't admit to it?
Christine, you just have fun with the people in the comments.
That's right, because we get zero support from TikTok. So if they don't want to support us, then you can mute whoever isn't tapping.
Mama said she's coming on here with zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance. That's right. Because you know what? We're all here today after yesterday being the rapture and everything.
Oh, yeah. Was that not today?
I think it was yesterday. You know, the rapture was yesterday. You know, it sounds like something prehistoric, first of all. Rapture, right? I mean, for real. And, you know, I'm a Christian and all, but, these people that make this stuff up, and the people that follow them, it's like a freaking
What
cult.
is your daughter's favorite TV show to watch on TV? Thank you so much for asking,
Tatum.
Danny Moore. Oh, I wasn't allowed to answer that question?
Well, she's your daughter.
We're on your TikTok account.
Oh, I see.
She was gonna try and correct me and be like, "I'm your sister."
You can answer and say what your favorite show is, and then we'll get back to the question about what's your rapture.
Why did you cut your mom off though? Because I was trying to get her to stop talking about the rapture. You get to rapping. I'm gonna go get some salt.
I made corn, rice, and salmon tonight. So what's the rapture? It's a biblical thing, but people seem to come up with these new rapture days all the time, and it's like the second coming of Christ.
Well, it's so funny. I saw someone like goofing on like all the Christians or whatever, all the people that were like believing that the rapture was gonna happen.
I don't think it's Christians that believe that. I think it's just some kind of a cult that believes that.
Okay. So I saw a video of someone making fun of a video of someone in that cult talking about, and they were like, 5 things to do when the rapture happens.
Okay.
Don't grab anything, because in the rapture, basically, the way the people that, thank you for saying that Christians don't believe in it. Okay, I don't know who believes in the rapture. I've seen, it was a lot of like
Christians believe in the second coming.
Because the rapture seems like an alien abduction.
They're like, they're going to raise up their arms and they're going to be elevated up. You're going to see them all going up into the sky, into the heavens. And I've got some real concerns about that anyway.
Evangelists? How do you say that?
Evangelistics or something? Is that what they
Believe in the rapture.
Yeah. And it's like, if all of these people that believe that they are God's people and are going to be taken and the rest of the sinners are going to be left, who is going to take care of their pets?
Obviously, the pets are going to go with them.
It doesn't say anything about in the rapture that the pets are going to go. I mean, were
Don't
they
be silly? That's a given.
I mean, were they all like scheduling places for their animals to go during the rapture?
Don't be silly. Obviously, when the rapture happens, me and Tatum will both be going up in the sky, and the birds will follow.
Well, they got they can fly up.
Okay. Anyways, the video I saw was making fun of a video that was like, things to do or not to do when the rapture happens. And it was like, don't grab onto heavy objects. And like,
no way.
And like, don't
were they being
try
like serious?
Yeah. And they're like, don't try to bring anything with you. And like silly stuff like that. And I was like, just let it happen. Like, I don't know, it was funny.
Like an alien abduction.
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's like, it is. It's like a crazy thing.
I heard someone brought their child to CPS because they thought the rapture was today. And they thought their kid was so bad and wasn't coming.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I heard people were like setting up all kinds of like automatic payments for all these things for people they didn't think were gonna like be going, and like automatic payments to like pay your cable because I'm not gonna be here to pay it anymore.
Would you do that for me if you got wrapped up and I didn't?
We would both go. We'd be holding on, baby.
You think
We're good girls.
you think they'd wrap me up there?
But now, if
I
an
was gonna say-
alien was abducting me,
Adopting?
yeah,
Mm.
abducting me,
Oh.
don't you grab on, man. Just, unless you think you can pull me back. Don't you be going up with them aliens.
Even if you're going up with them aliens?
Well, I'd be kicking and screaming.
But you're saying save myself? Wow.
Get like a big frying pan and hit them or something.
They're running
Or
the house to
broom.
get a frying pan and you're fucking a mile up in the air.
A rake. So we have a heavy rake.
Okay.
Mm.
Mom, why didn't you think of the obvious?
All their animals are going up and they're not.
I'd go get my bow and arrow.
That's right.
Start shooting them up.
That's right. You shoot them up. And shoot them while I'm still low. I don't want to have to fall far. I'm just saying. I mean, I don't have wings. Put out like a big quilt and make it like a you know, like some kind of like a, you know, a thingy, like a trampoline kind of thing I'd land on.
Maybe we should.
Oh, the neighbors have a trampoline.
Well, there's that.
I could land on theirs.
You know how some people have those like sun awning things that they like put up like on
We have
posts
one.
in the yard or whatever.
But it doesn't really work well on our
But
deck.
like not like that. Like they have them more like at like doggy daycares and stuff. Like,
I've
people
seen
them
those.
up in like Florida.
I know what
and
you're
stuff.
talking about. Yep.
We should maybe get a few of those over the backyard so that if aliens do
come.
abduct us, and then I knock you back down to me, that you would potentially fall on those
Kind of
and
bounce.
kinda
Yeah.
catch you.
Gently.
Yeah. So maybe we should get on that.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Put that on your Amazon wish list. Put a few of them, just in case, like, you know, my aim coming back down isn't good. I want to have more, you know, chances at this.
Thank you, Christine. Yeah, everyone tap the screen to send some likes. And if you're having a blast over here.
Yeah.
So, to circle back. Oh, we're having salmon, corn, and rice. So, what I was just saying, how someone had mentioned, what's your daughter's favorite TV show to watch? So, I don't typically watch TV. Usually, like, even, like, if I'm laying in bed, I'm more of, like, I'll just, like, scroll on my phone rather than trying to find something to watch on TV. Even if the scrolling's bad, I'll just, like, open Instagram or TikTok, scroll before bed, whatever. Which is not the best to do. But yesterday, a friend of mine gave me their Hulu password. And so today, I brought like a lot of my chore things to do in the living room with me. And put it on the TV in the living room and watched Good American Family.
Oh,
but yeah, Christine, what are you eating for dinner?
yeah.
The crowd wants to know. Christine usually says something silly like a Pop-Tart. Or an ice cream sandwich.
Sometimes she makes something good, though, and she'll say it.
I feel like, well, maybe because sometimes, especially like now, like we came on a little late, she'd probably be more in like a dessert mode.
Ready
so
for a bowl of
that's why
ice cream or
sometimes
something.
she's like,
Yeah.
she's
Rice
sticking a
Krispies.
Slim Jim.
She's.
She always says something.
Hey, speaking of which, Christine, have you tried those chomps?
If you like Slim Jims, I liked Slim Jims as a kid, but Slim Jims are a little chewy. Sometimes they're a little like over spicy,
fatty, too,
and, like,
sometimes.
Yeah. The Chomps, it's like a new brand of like meat stick on the market.
But specifically the low sodium one, wasn't it, or a sea salt or something that you
The
like?
sea salt ones are my favorite.
Are the best, she says. Yeah. Her name is Megan, and it is spelled that way, just like you. That's right.
Do they look like sausages? Yeah, kind of.
But they're small, like a Slim Jim, kind of.
In like a packaging. Well,
But yeah, she really loves
I
them.
think
And I've tried them. They're pretty good. I'm not so big on Slim Jims anymore. I think every kid likes Slim Jims. But with our matured palates now.
not crazy about those. You probably like Slim Jims because they're so like seasoned.
Yeah.
I feel like Slim Jims have a lot of like flavor and whatever. The Chomps aren't as flavorful.
Yeah. Those sea salt ones are nice. They're nice and mild.
But the original ones of the Chomps aren't as good, in my opinion, as there's a blue package of Chomps that is the sea salt that she's talking about. Those are good.
Those are just the best. Yeah.
I didn't even know people unskin their Slim Jims. That's what? Who said they unskin their Slim Jims?
Really? That's like
What
killing
the
a
heck?
hot dog.
What the heck?
I didn't know you could. Are you supposed to? Like, is that a thing? I've never like walked down the street and said, "Hey, oh my gosh, there's a Slim Jim skin."
Is that a snake skin? Nah, that's a Slim Jim.
That was just Jim going down the street again.
Wanting his Jim to be slimmer.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to buy one and see.
It'd probably be like half the frickin' like you'd be wasting like half of it by doing that. But
you saw a video of someone doing it, and everyone in the comments were confused. Yeah. Well, you know what? We might be making that next video, so we want to keep all these people getting confused. We're gonna try it.
But I think it would be fun to do. Like I think we had talked about briefly, like a little movie club or like TV show club, like how we all, some of us, I guess, watched The Summer I Turned Pretty and talked about it. Because today, I binge watched the whole season of like All Good America or All Good American Family.
Was that on Hulu?
And I think it's a Hulu exclusive.
Oh.
Hulu made it. It's with what's her name from Grey's Anatomy?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Meredith.
Yeah.
It's
Did she make that after Grey's Anatomy?
Yeah, it's a recent.
It's
a new one.
Okay. So we did not purchase Hulu. Megan has a friend that shared their codes or whatever you call it, their passwords or whatever it is, with us. So we now have expanded our horizons. We not only have Prime plus some of the other free little ones, but we also now have Hulu at our disposal.
Well, the TV out here in our living room for some reason glitches a lot. Like, I don't know why.
Yeah, there must be some kind of an update or something.
I updated it. But for some reason the other day, every time I was trying to open Prime, it kept like glitching and telling me I still needed to update, whatever. So I posted on my Snapchat and I was like, hey, who wanna let me get that Hulu password? Because I was like, I figure maybe Hulu will work. And my friend answered back and was like, here you go. And I was like, yes. Because Hulu's not one of them ones like Netflix, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But anyways. Have you tried a skinny bratwurst? No.
There's such a thing?
Is it a good TV show? I don't know how many episodes, but they will continue it. What? Ellen Pompeo. I knew her name started with an L or E. Is Meredith. I want to see that show so bad.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna, I guess, be able to watch it now too. Meg was watching it.
I should have. Mom left me for a little while. She had like a doctor's appointment and stuff. So I was left on my own.
It's pretty scary, right?
So I had to just sit my butt down and watch the show. I should have, though, dragged you in here and said at least watch like the first episode with me.
Now I got some catching up to do.
But it's about, I'm sure you heard about it when it first came out. It's about the family that adopts this little girl and then suspects that she's like a grown woman.
Oh, you know, that really happened.
Yeah, it was based on a true thing.
Oh,
yeah.
That's what the show's based on?
Yeah.
Because I know that really did happen. And I think the girl was from like Romania or somewhere, wasn't she?
Ukraine.
Yeah.
And so I watched the whole show that it was like based on. And then when I was watching that, the TV did glitch a few times and I had to reopen Hulu. And when I was like going back to the show, it popped up that there was like a documentary because the girl's name was Natalia. And so there's a documentary called Natalia Speaks or whatever where she gets to put in her 2 cents because I guess the documentary was made without her, or the show, I mean, was made without, like, her, like,
her consent.
or something, yeah. Have you seen The Orphan? I saw that movie came out a long time ago though. This was happening with her like recent. Like 2020.
Right.
But yes, I have seen The Orphan movie. I don't think Mom's seen it.
No. But because I know about the real case. And like they were trying to give her back.
Mm-mm.
No? Or something?
No, they found out or got a doctor to say that she was like 22 years old, and they got her an apartment and they stuck her and said, "See you later, bye."
Yeah. Because she was supposedly like 5 or something when they adopted her, and she was really like 18 or something.
So I watched the show that dramatizes it and made it like the Hollywood whatever. Before watching the documentary, I didn't see anything of the what the real girl looked like or anything like that. Maybe the TV needs an update. Yeah, I did do an update on TV. And then I watched the like documentary where the girl got to like defend herself.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the first, because I think I'm on like the 3rd episode of like the documentary. I don't know how many episodes it is, but
I do want to see that because I've seen only parts like that were.
Well, I'll try not to give any spoilers then. But
No, you can give spoilers because I can still watch it.
So I started watching the documentary where they were showing like real pictures of Natalia like as a young girl, where they were trying to say like, oh, because they got her or brought her home. They kept using the term like we got her like and shit. It's like she's not a puppy.
It went through like some adoption agency.
Some sketchy adoption agency. But they brought her home when on her birth certificate, it said she was 7.
Right.
And when you saw the pictures of this little girl, it's like, yeah, okay, maybe. And like they said, Natalia admitted that like they changed her birth year or something. There was like a lot of shady shit, like whatever. I could believe that maybe she was like 3 or 4 years older, and that's what eventually they said this in the documentary. I could imagine to make her more appealing to adopt that they would say when
instead of being 10 that she's 7.
Instead of being 11 or 10 or 11 years old, that she's 7 years old, because she also has a type of dwarfism.
I was gonna say they said she's small,
and it's some super rare case or whatever, and so they start showing these pictures of the real Natalia and everything, and I'm like, are you out of your rabbit ass mind? Even if she might be 2 or 3 years older than you said, that is a little girl. That is not an adult. I don't care what any of them say. That was not an adult. Even if she was at max like 15, 16 years old, she's still a child.
Right, but when you want to adopt a 7-year-old, there's a big difference between adopting a 7-year-old and a 16-year-old.
But these people were claiming like they wanted to help every child that they could and whatever, and so it's like, if you were really looking to adopt some young girl, beggars shouldn't be choosers or whatever, like, I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird.
But didn't they, like, soon after they got her, didn't she start to have issues and stuff? Isn't that?
So that's where it really like falls apart, because it's a lot of like, they say this and they say this, and the parents say one thing, and then Natalia has a very reasonable response and explanation and untwisting of the words, like I can't even remember, but there was a very perfect example where, like, for example, there's a scene where they're like out at some like farm with cows and stuff, And the girl, Natalia, she has dwarfism and her legs are like very like misshapen and it's hard for her to walk and her feet hurt a lot. Hi. And so they're walking on the farm with like their whole family, whatever. And she says, "Oh, mommy, my feet hurt." And they stop. The story from the mother is this girl's evil. She's a demon.
That's what I heard. Like
she
through,
tried
like,
to
the news
push me and pull me and hold me down in the electric fence that was by the bar for the cows, whatever. Like she held me down. Like she tried.
Yeah.
If someone didn't come and help me or whatever, I would have like been cooked and whatever. And then they cut to Natalia, and she's like, "I remember that day. We were walking. We sat down. I asked to take a break. We happened to be kind of near this fencing, whatever. We sat there for a few minutes, and then she finally, like, ordered me to, like, get up and whatever. And I said, well, I need your help up. And when she went to pull her up, she said the mother fell. And so it very easily looked like because she was trying to, Natalia was trying to pull herself up, that when the mother fell, how easy it is. And even from someone's perspective, like the mother's perspective, I could see how she even thought maybe that she was pulling her. But it just like...
From what I heard, that she did a lot of evil things.
But then, like, the story kept going, and it's like, well, then she also, like, cut off the heads of the son's favorite toys, and then, like, would take some of the toys and throw them into traffic and try and get the kids to, like,
go out and try to get them. Yeah.
And, like...
I heard she did some really mean stuff.
And then, like saying, like, oh, yeah, no, I want you all to die.
Yeah.
And whatever, and, like... But I just, like...
That, and I haven't seen the documentary, and I haven't seen, but from what I did hear, the brief different 5-minute segments that I did see, I heard she was just like demonized.
But we're talking about the show, I think it's Good All American Family or All Good American Family. The show about the girl Natalia Grace that was adopted and then accused of being like a grown woman.
And she was.
No. She's not.
I thought that they did like dental records and all this stuff, and it showed she was that old.
So what it was is the mom found socks in the girl's closet that were bloody. The mom assumed the girl was sneaking and had her period and was using the socks as pads. But really, the bottoms of her feet were jacked up because she didn't have the right braces and shoes and whatever. And so the mom's like, what are these bloody socks in your closet or whatever? And she's like, I don't know. And I guess there was one incident where the mom walked in on her in the bathroom.
Well, the doctor could tell.
Well, so that's what... It got really sketchy. And, like, there was one day the mom accidentally walked in on Natalia in the bathroom and saw that she had pubic hair.
Yeah.
And she's like, 7-year-olds don't have that.
Yeah.
And it's like, she's from the Ukraine. I think they're a little furrier over there. Are they not?
Not at 7.
See, that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
She was a kid. And it was proven.
I thought that they medically proved that she was not a kid.
So what it was, I believe she's a kid too. I think she might be a few years older than the records say.
Yeah.
I fully believe that.
Yeah.
I think that is the case. And I think she didn't want to... It's hard to say, oh yeah, my birth certificate is lying by a few years. It's hard to admit that when you're being accused of it lying by...
A lot of years.
10, 20 years.
Yeah.
Because they'll say, well, if you're saying that it's been modified, how do we know to what extent it's been modified? So I think she stood on the position that she was the age she was.
But I heard they were trying to give her back because she was a very mean child.
Right.
And so that also might have been not just 3 years, but saying that the child was older, a way to get her out of their home.
Well, that's what they say. It's so clear that she was a kid then if you see her now. Yeah. But then I'm watching the documentary and all these people, because eventually, so like what happens is she's with them for like a year or something, if that. And then they get her in they
Didn't they like rehome her or something?
No. So they go to a doctor and they're like, she has pubic hair and she has a period.
Yeah.
That's not a 7-year-old. And so they go to like a number of doctors and get just enough information from each of them that can waver the idea like of her age. And because they're riding on this, well, she has a period and she has pubic hair as their main thing, everyone's like, well, yeah. But because the kind of dwarfism she has, her teeth aren't the average teeth.
Well, that's what I was going to say. But a good dentist, with dwarfism or anything, would be able to.
She has a rare condition of dwarfism. It's not
right. No, you get a
dwarfism.
specialist dentist that can tell. They can tell by the amount of like where if they're normal calcium, and stuff. They just like they could tell. When I was coming through customs once, when I was coming back with Christian, with my oldest child, they thought, and back then you didn't have to have a passport for a baby, and he was only like a year old, not even a year old, and they were saying that he didn't match up with his birth certificate. He didn't match up with his birth certificate that I was probably trying to sell him, and of course he was beautiful. Why wouldn't they want to sell him, right? But and fortunately there was a dentist there and said, there's no this kid has like no teeth in his mouth. It's definitely this child is definitely only like 9 months old. I think he only had like 2 little bottom teeth or something. They said there's no way that yes, he's like the size of a 2 or 3 year old, and he was big, and he still is. He's very tall, but so dental records. I mean, they can identify people and different things a lot with that.
I want to say yes, but throughout a lot of the series on the Hollywood show of it, her teeth were very messed up. So I don't know how much they can really.
Well, I think too. I mean, like I said, I have not seen the show or the documentary.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to get to the point. And
yeah,
you're not
go ahead.
letting me.
No,
but finish what you're saying so I can get to the point.
Well, I mean, they might have also been seeing that this child that they were given, because I understand it wasn't supposedly the same child they were told they were going to be getting first of all. That it was supposed to be a younger child to begin with, like a 4-year-old or 3-year-old or something, and perfect health. That when they dump a child on you, and I shouldn't put it that way, but
no, they got a call about that she was. I think they got a call about getting a child. They didn't specify, and then right before they got to seeing her, because they traveled to see her, I think they called again and said she is 7 years old and she is disabled.
You see, and by that point, I know you don't know a lot about adoption, but a lot of like those international adoptions and stuff, they have you so hooked in.
She had already been adopted in America once.
That's what I remember hearing. Because I was going to say,
So it wasn't technically an international.
Oh.
She was already in America and being readopted.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. I thought that she had been handed off a couple of times, but you didn't say. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, so then they do all these things and they convince enough doctors or whatever, or they get like enough friends of theirs that are doctors to write enough like small like lie like
to link them all
bending
together.
the truths and whatever to finally they get either it must have been a lawyer. They meet someone that tells them, oh yeah, you can have her birth certificate edited, basically.
Oh, on an adoption, maybe.
I don't know what the reason or whatever, but they were like, yeah, no, like you can, you can get her re-aged and change the birth year.
That the new parents could do that.
Yeah. Who else would be doing that?
Well, it had obviously already been done once.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like someone had told them like, oh, you can basically like take it to court and get her like re-aged. That's what they called it. And so they did, and they went in front of a judge, and they had enough, and they had like their doctor friend get up on the stand and say,
based on this, and this,
whatever, that she has pubic hair, she has a menstrual, and whatever, and we want you to rewrite her thing that she's 22, because what they had said, there was something, it was something to do with, they said, there was something that they claimed that she was 18 about. They claimed
and
something
maybe
that they
because she's
found.
disabled, they would still be responsible if she was 18.
No, they didn't say she was 18. They said she was 22. And she had been with them at that point, or she had been in the country at that point 4 years. At that time that she had been with them, I think she'd only been with them for like a year. But she'd been in the country for 4 years. And on her incoming paperwork from the Ukraine, her original adoptions, she was the exact same height from when she came to the country 4 years ago
as she was now.
And so that's what they were saying. I don't care if you're 6 or if you're 16. There's going to be at least a fraction of a height growth.
Yeah.
Even if you're a dwarf, even if whatever.
At that
if
age.
you're whatever. So I think that's what they said. She hasn't grown in 4 years. She must have been 18 when she got here because she hasn't grown since then.
Yeah.
And they said, and so she's been here 4
4
years.
years. So
we're adding 4 years from the 18. And so, yeah, they brainwashed her. They threw her in her apartment and said, here's an EBT card, here's a bus card. Left her, she had like a walker. They left her without that. And they like abused the crap out of her for a while and put her in some apartment and said like, good luck. And if anyone asks, you're 22 years old and you look young for your age. And so she got it that every single person that approached her, that was like what she could, at least in the Hollywood show.
Yeah.
That everyone that approached her and was like, hey, you okay? Because she was always like limping and whatever. Anytime someone was like, are you okay? Can I do anything to help? She said, I'm fine. I'm not a kid. I'm 22. I just look young for my age. And had like that,
Well, did it come out in that show why she got rehomed from the first adoptive parents?
No, they never. So, well, and so that was the thing. They were, so they were trying to figure that out. The mom was trying to ignore like the bad behavior at first, and then
as you would,
and then it got to an extent where she was like, "I'm gonna try and contact and find." Apparently, it was a closed adoption where there was no like whatever, but they found like an old tag of something in one of her bags and whatever. They contacted the people that had her prior. And they said that they had suspected the exact same thing, that they got her and she was aggressive and she seemed older than she was or whatever.
That's what I recall hearing,
And so they, like, gave her back to the adoption agency or something and had filed in some class action lawsuit or something against the agency or something like that. And, so the new adoptive mother met up with the old adoptive mother, and she, at least in the Hollywood show,
to compare notes.
She basically was like, yeah, no, like, you're gonna need to get a lawyer, and you're gonna need to, your family is not safe, your kids are not safe, like, she, like, and agreeing, and, like, whatever. But then, so when Natalia is like living out on her own, she eventually bumps into this woman that's like, oh, let me help you, whatever. And like tries to take her in and like take the mom to court and like all this stuff. And they do. And because this woman sits down with her for like a few hours and is like, oh, wait, like you have an EBT card? Like, oh, you're on disability? Oh, wait, you're on disability and it's not in your name and it's going to your parents and not you? oh, well, let's go down to the SSI or whatever.
And switch it over.
Whatever, and switch it so that it goes to you. And she said something about, no, like, I don't know how to, or something.
Yeah.
And she was like, all right, well, we'll get it switched to me. This woman. And so this woman starts getting her disability checks and whatever. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'll take you grocery shopping. And the woman, like, fills the grocery cart with a bunch of stuff. And she's like, well, if I'm going to cook for you, do you think you can buy all the groceries? And it's a grocery load for her whole house of kids and whatever. And so they take the mom to court, and while the adoptive parents are in court, they try to call on as many, like, witnesses and, like, people that can back up their story that she's, like, violent and, like, all this stuff. Because it's really just all accounts of, like, what they're saying. Yeah. And so they're calling, like, everyone, and everyone's like, oh, well, I never really saw her be aggressive or say these things that you did. And they even called the original, the woman who had adopted her prior. And she was like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I don't know. And then the woman realized, she was like, oh, well, the woman who adopted her before us, if we come under fire for all this, she's going to get under some fire too. So, of course, she's playing dumb.
Well, why did you give her back then?
See you live when I eat dinner. Aw, thanks for joining, Nick. What is this about? We're talking about, I don't even know what it's called, but it's like the Natalia Grace case. The girl that was adopted and then accused of being older than she was, whatever.
Yeah, readopted.
So, then what happens is, the woman that, like, finds her and starts taking her disability checks and whatever, she is like, okay, well, on your ID and your birth certificate and everything, it says that you're 22, and you are obviously not 22. Like, I can tell you're a child. Like, I don't know what's going on, and so she wanted to take the parents to court or something to get the age changed again. The new street mother was trying to.
So did she actually move her in with her?
Yeah.
And her kids?
I think so, yeah. And so she was like, what was I saying?
Taking her to court about the birth.
Oh, yeah. So she was trying to get, like, the age thing
reversed or something?
I can't remember exactly the order, but basically they were trying to do, I think they were trying to get the adoptive parents to sign over, like, legal guardianship, because I think they still had, like, a legal guardianship of Natalia.
Probably because she was also disabled
and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think they still had technically a legal guardianship. So I think they were trying to get
the legal
guardianship signed over so that then they were her legal guardians, and then they could go to court and get her age thing changed. And the parents were afraid of them doing that, because if they could go and successfully get her age thing changed, then they could come back at them for child neglect and abandonment of a child.
Right.
And there was all this stuff that if they...
It was, like, quite a rat's nest.
Yeah. And so... so then they go on a mission of trying to prove that she is a child.
Yeah.
The other parents went on this rat race of trying to prove that she was adult, and now she meets these new people that are trying to prove that she's a child. And so, but they bring her to the doctor and say that she's a 22-year-old. And it's these different doctors that she hadn't been brought to before that, I don't know, they were saying something because they were doing, like, x-rays and scans and whatever because her legs were, like, in bad shape, and she needed, like, braces and shoes and, like, a walker and whatever. And so they did some x-rays and whatever. And the doctor pulls up and they bring in like an FBI agent and whatever. And they're like, why are you guys trying to say that this is a 22-year-old when based on her x-rays, the like spacing.
The growth plates.
Yeah. The growth plates still had like a huge like gap in them, indicating that she was like no more than like 13 years old even at that time. And so they all start like piling in on these new people that are like bringing her in, and they're like, no, like she's a 22-year-old, and they're like, no, it's not, and they're like, whoa, like, and so then Natalia's just sitting there like, okay, so
how old am I?
I was groomed and conditioned, like, she got into the country, I think she was told to lie a few years about her age.
Yeah.
She gets to these people, then gets rehomed to these people that then start beating the crap out of her because they're like, obviously, you're much older than you say. And she's like, I don't know what age I am. Then they brainwash her into being like, you're 22, you're 22. So she goes out, lives on her own as a child, goes out and tells everyone she's 22, meets these people that are like, honey, you are obviously not 22. Bring her to the doctor, and all these doctors are like, what's going on? This is not an adult, this is a child. And she's like, and so with all of that, how they were saying these violent and aggressive, like how they were saying she was a demon, if all of that is happening to a young child, it will cause them to act out and stuff. And apparently there was something to do with the first home that they lived in, that she lived in, the first adoptive home, brought her to these different like carny conventions and brought her to weird
because she was like a freak kind of, I mean,
and like dwarf conventions and stuff, and apparently like once or twice like sold her off under the table, and so she was she picked up these violent and aggressive behaviors to get sent back home. Because she's a child that wanted to go back home to what she knew as a home when she came from the Ukraine to this country, whatever. And so I think what happened was she learned this self-defense, whatever.
Self-preservation.
Wherever she got sold off to, because I think that gets hidden in the story. Wherever she got like sold off to as this carny thing that they said they sold to her for $30,000, and they brought her back a week later. And
for
so
$30,000, what did they do to her for a week?
So that's what I'm saying. What did she do to, as a child, even if she's a few years older than they claim and whatever? Say she's even a 15-year-old child.
Did they want their money back?
What did they do to her that a child would think to come up and start threatening and being like, oh yeah, no, I'm going to kill you and this and that. So bad that they would bring her back.
Yeah. That
she didn't try. Why would she not think to repeat that exact behavior at the next home that she goes to?
Yeah.
And so what it was, I think, was a
learned behavior
to just get back home. If
to
I
the Ukraine, you mean?
No, to the first one that was selling her off. I think she was groomed by them at a young age, and she learned herself, act bad, I go back home. Because I think they said she was sold off more than once and returned.
That's what I remember hearing. I mean, it was a while ago when I heard the story and saw some clips.
And I think that's what it was, that by the time she got to the home of the people that then said she was older than she was,
this now.
I think she had been through some shit.
Mm.
And it was a defense mechanism. And
have you watched it all now or no?
Of the TV show with Ellen Pompeo, yes, I watched all of that. I think someone was saying, I think they might be coming out with another season of it. I don't know. But I was still watching like the documentary or whatever of it. We can watch it tonight if you.
Oh, maybe,
if you
yeah.
want. But I think it's one of those situations where, like, if you threw a kid to the wolves and expected him to live with the wolves and defend and whatever, and then you picked him up Yeah, an 8-year-old
gonna act
that's
like a wolf.
been out with
Yeah.
the wolves. But not only that, they're probably going to look older than the average 8-year-old because they've been through some shit. They've been out sleeping on the forest floor.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And so who knows what the conditions were when she was
Where
sold
she
off
was.
or whatever. And so I think that's exactly what it was. I don't think she
I
ever...
think the documentary will fill in some of these gaps.
And that's what it was starting to, because they kept, like, the parents just kept saying, like, oh, she was constantly saying she was going to kill us. She was constantly threatening us. She was constantly... Never did they say, other than the whole cow fence thing, that there was an actual attempt at violence. Well, they said that she would, like, fart and piss in her car seat, like, next to her brothers in the car and stuff.
Hey, who doesn't fart? Raise your hand.
But, like, again, I think that was a repulsing tactic.
Maybe she didn't want him sitting that close.
Or
they'll move over.
It's like, you know, how a little scrappy dog might nip at a big dog's feet, say, hey, get away from me, don't fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with you first. Or whatever, like, I think she was reacting to what she had been exposed to.
And who knows what
whatever,
happened to her in the Ukraine before she even got to this country.
Yeah.
Because chances are, if she was disabled, she was probably in some type of an orphanage, and it probably wasn't a pleasant one. You know, and being that she was disabled, and at whatever age, she wasn't the most desirable rock star there. So she probably got the bottom of the food crust.
Well, so that's what it was. They finally tracked down the birth mother of Natalia.
Oh my God.
And this was in 2020. They tracked down the birth mother, and they got her, like, on the phone. And she said, I've been getting calls about my daughter for the last 17 years. There's nothing, I don't know her, I can't do anything, I just gave her up for adoption and thought I was doing the right thing.
The last 17 years?
And this was in 2020. And since the day she joined that family, the birthday she claimed was 2003. Which in 2020 would make her 17.
No.
So the mother confirmed the birth year. In 2020,
Yeah, but
she said, I've been hearing about this for 17 years.
who would have, they didn't start calling her the day she gave her up for
But that's
adoption
what she's
at birth.
saying. So the birth mother goes on to say, when she had her daughter, she was young, and the day that she had her, they could tell she had defects, and they told her in the hospital room, this is going to ruin your life, you should give her up for adoption now, cut your losses, whatever, you don't need this, whatever.
Yeah.
And so that's what she was saying, from the day she was born, she's been given hell about this daughter.
Oh, I get you, okay.
And so they call, and she, like, said that, like, quickly, and then, like, hung up the phone. And they were like, wait, 17 years. Because at that point in she was 17.
Yeah.
And so...
So she was still a minor.
And so I still think... I think, though, she still might be a few years older, and I think there might not have been issues until she was about 3 or 4 years old, is when she started having, like, bad behavior or something, and maybe she got contacted from the adoption agency or whatever about that. And that would equal...
Well, parents might have been trying to find out, they might have been going with the angle of, I want to know the child's medical background, you know?
But now that I've given every spoiler about it that I can...
No, but I do want to watch that, for sure.
Well, and it's just, like, even after watching it, and, like, I haven't even, like, touched on, like, everything about it.
We'll bring this up again in another...
There's still, like, there's so many, like, questions that I have. Even after that, I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it again, because, like, I might pick up on something that... Whatever. Yeah, so very interesting case. Very interested to know...
That is a big challenge, though, in the biological mother's defense. You know, if she was a single young mother and this was her first child, and if she wasn't with a significant other to help her and stuff,
Well, and apparently
You know-
in the Ukraine and in some countries like that, they will do that whether the baby's healthy or whether it's not, whatever,
Yeah.
because they want to sell them.
They
And
encourage-
put them in
yeah,
the adoption and sell them to
Yeah.
America
Yeah.
and make some money and not give the birth mother anything,
No,
but they'll
but they'll get free medical.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Natalia Grace case. So
I have not seen it. I remember hearing bits and pieces about it. Megan started watching it without me, but so now I got some catching up to do, guys, so that we can have another set of eyes on this situation.
But it just like it's crazy because it pops up like when I was watching the like documentary with like the real footage of her like
Yeah.
as a child and everything. Like it's just like that's a baby. That is a little girl.
Well,
Like
the dwarfism that she had also makes her appear.
but even if you just saw her sitting in a and I would call a 10-year-old a baby, even a non-dwarf. That's
Yeah.
a baby. A 10-year. That's a little baby. That's
yeah, but they thought they were adopting what, a 7-year-old, and she was like 15 or 16.
No,
Right?
she wasn't.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. She was not, and it was proven.
Yeah, but they only had her for like a year, right? The second couple.
Who were you considering as the second couple? The people that are the main family in
Yes.
the story?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how long she was with them.
Yeah.
So
I'll,
what is
I'll
your
have to watch
question?
it. I'll have to watch it, and then I'll read.
Because
I'll reword
you're
the
saying
question.
like,
Yeah.
oh, she was told they were told she was like 7, and you're saying she was like twice the age. No, I think there might have been a few years
Yeah.
that it's like she was 7 and she might have been 10.
I got some homework to do here, guys.
But like, I don't know. What else was I gonna say about it?
They left her at the motel when she was around 15.
It was an apartment. They got her an apartment. And even if she was older than claimed, she had never lived a life she had always had the life of a dependent.
Yeah.
And she had been playing the age of someone younger.
And all of this, it took place just prior to COVID.
Yeah. And like, so what I'm saying is like they were struggling to like enroll her in school because they didn't have all the proper paperwork and whatever.
And I'm sure her English wasn't great.
And so, well, but that's what they said. They were like, it was really weird. She didn't have any accent. And we had this friend that spoke Ukrainian or whatever the language is. And she would come over and none of it registered to her at all. And it's like, yeah, but you don't know. She might have been in some trenches in the Ukraine until she was over here. Like, she might have, especially being a disabled, she might have been put in a corner and not talked to. That's what it's like. Yeah, it's easy to say, like, oh, how does this, child that's like 5 years old not register their native language? It's like, well, they weren't a 5-year-old raised in America where they were in preschool by that age.
Yeah.
Like, so
I'm going to watch it and do some homework, and we'll revisit that.
Can't remember what I had a closing statement, but now I can't remember. Anyways, very interesting case.
Yeah. So, you guys, you know how brave we are, right? We are like the brave girls. We're like superheroes and all. Are you guys sitting down? Are you sitting down? So, we were super brave this morning, like super brave. And I got the evidence. If it's not stuck to my shirt. Would you look at that? I got my flu shot.
Hey guys, I found a life hack for flu shots. If you're someone that ever gets a sore arm after getting a flu shot, how's your arm feeling? Is it a little sore?
Not really.
Say that it's really sore.
Oh my gosh, it's so freaking sore.
Yeah, so I found the hack because usually my arm gets super sore after a flu shot. However, today when we came home, I took off my bandage. And I think
I forgot I had it on until just now.
I think sometimes when you give in to weakness,
Because we're brave.
it will permeate. And so I came home and I
Now
said,
you can't even find the hole.
and I said,
You can't find her hole.
you might be right there.
Was yours the same color as mine?
No, mine was green.
Yeah, what
They
did I?
always give me green.
Oh, mine matches my shirt.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she gave me this one, because it matched my shirt. Well, I guess I can take mine off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I took my bandage off really quick, and and my arm has not been hurting all day. So I think if you get a shot, vaccine, whatever, leave the Band-Aid on for,
Like 5 minutes.
20 minutes max. But
And
after
just
that,
rip
you
it off.
say, hey, I'm the man in this relationship,
I'm taking it off.
and I'm taking it off whether you like it or not.
I forgot I even had it on.
So, God,
You
Tatum,
thought I was going to show I get a tattoo?
Tatum is impeccable with time, I tell you. If we relied on her, if this live stream didn't tell us exactly how long we'd be on, we could rely on her to let us know when
You've
it's
been on for an hour.
An hour, because we're 62 minutes and 16 seconds, and she's sitting here looking at us. She's 2 minutes late, but
She tells you when it's 6:30 in the morning and 6:30 at night, too.
she just I swear this girl could be a service dog in clock purposes.
Will stare you down saying, don't forget, this is what time I eat. You feed me now. It's 6:30.
You trying to say hello
And
to
so
everybody?
when we've been on for an hour, that's what, yes, Tatum. That's what we are allotted for our live streams, according to the boss.
Would you like to say goodnight to everybody?
Do you want to come and say goodnight to everybody? I got Salmon still.
Would you like to come say goodnight to everybody?
Come over?
We can't end the stream until you say goodnight.
Come on over, baby.
Here's Tatum, everybody.
There's the rock star. There's the time clock.
Can I ask, your daughter isn't a fan of sweets. What's your favorite thing your mom's made? Where are you gathering that information?
Oh, we do night snacks every night.
Where did you get the information? And where did you get the information that Tatum's not a fish fan? Her favorite food is fish.
She loves salmon.
She's just not a food crazy dog.
No, she isn't. She's an affection dog.
She has her moments, but most of the time she's got fairly good table manners, don't you?
She is precious. She's a little Maltipoo. She's a
Where
rescue.
are you guys getting your information, huh? Tell them. Set them straight. Set them straight.
She is such a good girl. And as you see, we have a dog, and you see how quiet she is when we're on the stream? She's usually really, really good.
She's a good girl.
Yeah, she should just come and hang out. As long as, she can hang out with us, she's happy.
So I think that concludes today that we spent an hour talking about that show. I apologize, everybody.
I definitely want to see some of it, though.
I did not intend to. Ooh, Tatum, back that thing up where you want it to go. Then she keeps putting her butt
But
places.
we will. We'll probably be on live tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I had to talk about something else so we can talk about ourselves or something tomorrow.
Yeah, now that we got our flu shots out of the way.
The flu shots out of the way. Took some seeds out of some sunflowers today. put up the last panel on our privacy fencing today. Got flu
Yeah, we're nice and private.
shots.
That's right.
Did lots of things today.
Lots of stuff. We didn't even get to the stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you for the roses. I appreciate it.
So I think we're gonna go watch an episode.
Yeah, we got some episoding to do.
Well, but the thing is, I watched it in the order of seeing like the
Hollywood version first.
It's not fiction because it's they're quoting a lot of it's like matching up. But I watched like the storytelling of it first, and now I'm watching the documentary. So which do you think you should watch first? Do you think you should watch an episode of the documentary where it's the real thing, or do you think you should watch an episode of the?
Well, I like documentaries, so I think, but I mean,
You like Ellen Pompeo too.
I do. So I'm thinking watch the documentary first.
Really?
Because that gives you more facts. Now remember, documentaries can be skewed a little bit too, depending on who the producer is and stuff. They absolutely can leave things out on the cutting floor, if you will. They can. No.
The cutting floor.
No, they
Said no. Show first. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, the show first. You think? Okay.
The only reason I think that is because I think the show is actually like 15 episodes or something.
Oh.
But
Like hour episodes?
is that how long I spent in front of the TV today?
That would have been 15 hours. No.
Yeah, there's no way.
No.
I mean, I think I did turn it on at like 9 a.m. It's only like 9 p.m. now, so that wouldn't make any sense. I don't know. I think the show, at least like first episode, I mean, I guess I gave you a bunch of information, so maybe you should watch the documentary. I was gonna say, I think the show gives a little bit more because they want it to be like kind of like drama and get you watching and keep you watching, hook you with like the first episode. I think it almost tells a little bit more of the story in the first episode of the show versus the first episode of the documentary, because I think they go a little bit more in depth and have like real people's stories in the documentary.
Right.
And so it's like people that aren't trying to keep it on a timely episode. It's people that are like, yeah, I don't know, she was crazy. And like, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah.
I guess we could watch the trailer of both, and you could decide which one you think you want to watch. The trailer for the documentary or the trailer for the show.
Yeah. Have you watched more of the show than the documentary?
I watched the whole show. I didn't watch the whole documentary.
Oh, well, there's no way you watched 15 hours if you'd still be watching it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So they must be like half-hour episodes or something.
I don't know. I was sitting in front of this TV for some time today. So. Do you remember trying those mint butter melts? Those would be so good with peach. The issue with you guys mentioning specific videos of moms in the live streams is I don't have like a reference point in front of me, and we've been doing these videos for like,
and they randomly put them up too.
Yeah.
For people. So
Mom's been making these cooking videos with me for like 5 years now, or something.
8.
And so, sometimes you guys are seeing a recipe or a video that's from like
3 years ago,
2020, or sometimes you're seeing a video that she uploaded yesterday, and sometimes a video she uploaded yesterday also might be a video from a few years ago if it's a repost and stuff. So those mint butter melts is not coming to the top of my head at this exact moment, so I do apologize.
I know what ones they're
well,
talking
yeah, because
about,
you posted them.
Well, and I've made them, and yeah.
Right. But
you didn't love them.
My favorite recipe is her love.
Yeah, I make brownies often too. That's a comfort food staple in our house. I make brownies probably at least once a week, like regular regular, chocolate kind of brownies.
Maybe that'll start being my response to when people ask that question, is that
Favorite recipe is my love.
that. And my favorite recipe of hers is ones that she doesn't make on camera. Anyways, guys, we gotta go watch some television.
We got some TV to watch. That's right. Thank you guys so much, as always. And thank you, Christine. You always got our back on this. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we'll probably come live tomorrow. We usually try to on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and potentially Thursdays. But we'll that's the plan. Not sure what time though, so make sure that you subscribe, turn on your bells and whistles. As always, we do post up our live streams to our YouTube channel just after the stream. So if you missed any part of the episode or the entire episode, feel free to go over to our YouTube channel, subscribe there. They'll always buzz you up and stuff and let you know when we got a new one posted. So there. And Megan also has other channels, other stuff. We have Instagrams and YouTube channels, and we're just channeling up. We're channeling, man. I can't believe we didn't go up in the yesterday event, the 22nd.
Oh, right. We talked about the rapture for a moment there.
Yeah. But we're still here to talk about it. So I guess we weren't the chosen two. Thank you guys so much.
We're all here too.
Tatum is saying goodbye. That's right. She is. She's like, all right already. All right. I told you your hour is up.
Well,
I'm saying bye to you, honey.
And I tell you what, I didn't notice anyone posting from, like, where do they go during the rapture? Do they go up to heaven?
Yeah.
So I didn't see anyone posting from heaven.
Maybe they don't have Wi-Fi.
Well, I didn't see anyone, like, posting on their way up either.
I didn't either.
There was no, like, live streams of the rapture.
No.
And, at least one person would have screen recorded it. You know what I mean?
For sure. And nobody's even, like, their Ring doorbells didn't even catch it.
Right. So.
And, we were out and about doing stuff, and I didn't see anybody just, like, randomly just, like, flying up. Did she just try to turn the TV on?
She did.
Tatum's, wow. She's telling us to turn, she just turned the TV on. She's saying, get off, you got episodes to be watching. Oh, she's putting a little kid's show on. Because she's only a little kid.
Oh,
and we have her birth certificate, and we know hers is for real.
Let me not get copywritten with the
music
there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Tatum's telling us it is time.
That's right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good night. Look at that.
All right.
She's got us going.
Our kiddos kicking
Who's
us
Tatum?
off.
She's our multipoo.
Bye.